name's Caitlin. I am your mindful messenger for the day, and I help support women who feel isolated or stuck in their lives and give them the tools to step out of that and create more freedom and space in their life. So let's get to it. For this video, I wanted to talk about why can't feeling good and feeling grateful be the first thing on our mind today? Why can't that be easy? I wanted to come at it from a place of scientific and technical reasons why this could happen, and why no matter how hard you try, it's just not doing it. Hopefully these two reasons can kind of bring acknowledgement and awareness to your body and your mind, and that could be just incredibly powerful, and just giving yourself some slack and moving from there. And this is coming from a place of power and knowledge and action. It's not coming from a place of external forces or coming from a place of what is really stopping me, what's creating this fear and resistance in inaction to where I can't move forward the way I want to. So the purpose of this video and these two reasons why you might feel so stuck actually will bring awareness to why you're feeling it, so that we can move forward in the way that you want to, and you can further support yourself by this acknowledgement and by this awareness. It can be easy. First one I wanted to talk about is the primal brain. Over the thousands and millions of years, our brain has been evolved to seek out danger. That's what's kept us alive. That's what keeps us safe. If we weren't trained to have that be the first thing, we would already have been dead. Our brain is set in that, and that's why we sometimes think of the worst case scenario whenever something new happens or something new is introduced in our life. Basically, our brain is just trying to keep us safe. But because we're not living in the primal days right now, we're pretty much safe most of the time. Our brain doesn't know that. It still has that evolution and that training, and so there could be little scenarios or triggers or statements that have us feeling that adrenaline surge and that fear, that total fear, and we're just in survival mode. And I want to suggest too that we can actually train ourselves out of this. This doesn't mean training out of the millions of years that we've had this. I mean, when this is the first step, we can recognize it and acknowledge it, and then think reroute our brain. This can happen just by noticing bodily cues and mental cues. If it's a particular thought or pattern, or it's feeling anxious, like a certain surge of adrenaline, then we can recognize it as oh, this is just my brain saying I'm not safe, but I actually am. And then we can reroute it to how we want to feel, how we want to go about the day. Second scientific, technical reason is because we could be thinking and living in our past. I suggest looking up Joe Dispenza. He has so much information about future casting and living in the past. This concept of, if we aren't constantly paying attention to what we want to create and what we want to feel and do, then we are living past. And this means past emotions. We're living in past memories, past patterns, past limitations, past beliefs, all of that. It's really relative to when you're on autopilot and you're not even really thinking about anything, but then your brain just starts going in this one direction or this one memory, and you're like how do I stop it? That's a huge factor. If we're not paying attention to where our brain is going, it is more than likely living in the past, not right now, not right in the present. We need to actively put ourselves in the present and create discipline around that. So my suggestion for this is the same as the first one, is to notice your physical and mental cues, whether that is your anxiety starts up or a particular word or a particular voice in your brain. Recognize that as this is what it means, and then reroute from there. And I also want to give 2 other suggestions on how to get yourself out of this. First one is to commit. And what I mean by that is to commit to what you want to feel and how you want to go about your day. Be 110% committed and just follow that. Don't pay attention to like the outside noise or like your perfectionist voice or like what people are going to think of you or what people are going to say. Like, let go of all that and just put yourself in that committed space. And there will be times when you fall off of it. That's when your committed voice comes in and sees it and acknowledges it and forgives yourself and goes back on to being committed. What would that look like? What would that feel like? You don't stay in that space and like beat yourself up. The second thing that's helped me a lot is to stretch. However long you need, if it's like a 2-minute stretch, if it's like a 30-minute stretch, and just like taking your time, that's an activity that gets out of your head and into your body, and it feels so good no matter how little or how much you do. Those are the 2 reasons that you may be feeling like it's hard to continue with your day in a happy manner. A couple tips on what you can do to get out of it. So I hope these helped, and please in the comments below if there's anything that you've done or anything that's resonated with you, please, I would love to know. Go ahead and check my free meditation in the description box called Transcend Anxiety. So go ahead and check that out, and I'll talk to you guys later.